here with the savior angel of the day, Deb. Deb, thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
I'm so grateful she's here. You have no idea. Um, but I'm really excited to share Deb's story with you. She's a repeat guest, and we've been talking and just remembering so much of her story. So I want to tell you this. Deb came here in 2019 for the first time, and she was healing from a lot, but mainly, or not mainly, one of the big things that she healed from, she was in a lot of physical pain. And today, from her own words, there's no physical pain, and her body is amazing. Is that right?
That's right.
So I'm going to shut up and just let this amazing woman tell you her story because it's profound. So, Deb, thank you so much for saying yes.
You're welcome.
I'm really grateful. And so you were sharing with me what originally brought you here in 2019. And this is your third.
This is my third, and actually I should probably let you know that I booked my next trip. I put a down payment on my next trip.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
This place is that healing. It is that life-changing. And yeah, because the first time I came here was because I had just recently lost my husband, and I was completely devastated, and my body was, I was sickly. I was so sick. Everything was falling apart.
What was going on in your body?
I was my husband's caregiver, and he had a rare illness for 16 years, and basically it was inclusion body myositis, which means he's lost the use of all of his muscles, slowly declined. And so he basically became paralyzed, and I had to do everything for him, and his needs were constant around him. Even though he's paralyzed, he could feel everything. So I was up all night turning him over, putting eye drops in, just whatever his needs were. And I completely burned out my adrenals with exhaustion.
Yeah.
And I didn't. One night he had called me 17 times in 1 hour for needs. And I mean, I never slept over 2 hours, and that was consistently for 8 years.
So you came here, your body was.
I was fried. I was done.
And then he had passed away, so you were grieving too.
Yeah, I was grieving, and he was the love of my life, so it was very, very difficult to let him go. Which I haven't. He's with me all the time. I kind of wish he was physically here, but
yeah, right.
Whatever. And so I got a lot of healing the first time, and then and one of the things I also was working on, because I have physical stuff, but I have emotional stuff, and I have a very difficult relationship in my life with a family member, and it was a lot deeper than I realized until ayahuasca. And so that came up, and I needed to forgive her. I struggled with forgiveness. And
that was still your first trip?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was my first trip.
That was a big first trip.
It was big.
Mourning the death of your husband, physical healing,
emotional.
And then your relationship.
I'm the all or nothing girl.
Right.
I go all the way around, do anything. So
that's what you like about you.
Okay. And so I had come with my sister and my daughter, and my daughter had the most amazing experience. She even today, however many years later, says that was the best night of her life.
Wow.
Tuesday night with Brad, the best. She said, and she says, I remember it like it's yesterday. And she did. If you have, envy of somebody's trip, you'd have it envy of hers, because she was hanging out with God, and it was just a beautiful journey she had. And I'm in the depths of hell with fighting it out with the devil with my sister, and she's over and having a good time with God. And so so the sister I had gone with, not the one I'm having trouble with, said, I don't know, 3 or 4 months later, she goes, I want to go back. I said, really? I don't want to go back. And the reason I didn't is because
so leaving after the first week.
Oh, you never want to come back.
Yeah, but you had your miracle.
I did have my miracle.
Tell me about what that was that first week.
I just felt I felt physically better, better, not great, but definitely an improvement, and I thought that was wonderful. And then the grief just kind of lessened. I just I was a little bit more accepting of it. And it's like, okay, you're going to be fine. You can get through this. And so I felt complete. I really did. I thought, one and done, we're good. And so, like I said, my sister that I'd come with wanted to come back a couple of months later. And I said, I don't want to go back. I'm good, but I did the integration work. I did all my homework. I did everything I was supposed to, and felt honestly complete. And then, uh, but complete except for the fact that I didn't think could fully forgive my sister. That was really difficult for me. It's like, how do you know? How do you know how do you know you feel it? It's like I said it. I did every ritual you can do to
Right.
forgiveness. I mean, I was everything, and so I was reading a book out on my deck one day, and I just kind of stepped onto the patio, and I just had this aha moment. It's like, oh my God, in that instance I forgave her, and so
I'm just looking to see if there's comments. That's why I'm looking over there.
um, so I wanted to see if I forgave her, or I forgave her. I was like, okay, now I'm ready to go back because I didn't want to go back and do the same thing. I wanted to, something because we all have so much stuff. Who knows what's going to, don't even try to guess what's going to come up. It's a big surprise every time. And so after I felt like I forgave her, I called my sister. I said, okay, I'm ready to go back. And she says, okay, let's book it. So we did. We booked it for the following April.
And that was what year?
Well, 20, this is 26, 25, 24. So, so I went from 19 to 24, and that's how long it took me to decide I needed to come back. And so booked it, save the money, make the reservations, pick a time. And I thought I did so much healing. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to have a daughter's experience. I'm going to go down there and party with God. We're going to have a good time. And so, and you come in with intentions. And so, I was very excited. And my daughter says, I'm complete. She says, it does not call me at all. So it's just me and my sister. And so I'm bouncing in there thinking, oh, it's going to be fun and easy. And so get down, you take the first drink, and you're supposed to come in with your intentions. And I said, okay, Mama, I want to know about this and this and this. And she said, oh no, we're going to talk about that rape. I said, oh, you mean the one that happened 45 years ago that I've never told anybody? She says, yeah, that's the one. That wasn't even on my radar, JJ. I didn't even know that was even a possibility that I had to work through it. I had buried it so deep. Yeah. And so, I thought, okay. And it was literally the 4 ceremonies was me working on that rape and what it did to me that I had no clue. And because this time, I'm still, I lost my mother. I took care of her in the same way that I did my husband. And I ended up with H. pylori, and I had parasites, and I had Hashimoto's, and I mean, just the list just was on and on. And everything hurt, And I was thinking, and I try so hard. I do live a clean life, and one thing I've learned is if you don't have health, you don't have anything. Because my husband and I were so happy. We had the best life until he had no health. And then it just...
They say a healthy person has many dreams, a sick person has one dream.
Yeah, to be healthy. Yeah. And so now I came back, even kind of a bigger mess, because I was very close to my mother. So now and then she was actually in my home, and I was taking care of her in the same manner of my husband. And they rolled in the Hoyer lift because she couldn't walk. And it was
brought it all back.
Oh, it was a trip.
So this is this trip, right? So now you're coming here the 3rd time, and it's healing from the death of your mother. Mm-hmm. But also you said that, you felt complete, or you thought you were complete, mm-hmm. But wanted to inquire for this trip. Is it a continuation of the last one? Mm-hmm. And you did some automatic writing.
Yes.
And what came up?
Okay, so when I was working on the rape all week, I was very resistant. I'm very stubborn. Who knew? And so it was rough. It was rough. But I kept thanking her. I kept blessing her because I knew that needed to get out of me. Even though I was ashamed and embarrassed, it's just kind of a creepy thing that happens to you, and you just don't want. It's like, go away, go. I don't want to hear about it. And so, when and then when I left, really honestly not in great shape. I still had a little bit of I don't want to say drunkenness. I don't know the word, but
It was lingering. You
Yeah.
felt you were still kind of in that elevated state,
Yes,
or
yes.
ecstatic state.
Right,
It was
right.
hard to come down.
Yeah, it was. And so, and I go home and people could tell, I wasn't great. And um, so
You reached out to our chief medical officer.
I did. Oh God, he was a godsend. Yeah, Dr. Jeff. I scheduled an appointment with him because I had two emotions when I went home. Sadness. I'm sitting on the couch boo-hooing with a box of tissues watching sad movies, or anger. I was cussing at everybody, and that's not me. I don't cry. I'm not generally an angry person. It's like, what is this? And I just knew something was off. And so I talked to Dr. Jeff, and I love him.
He's a great guy.
He is amazing at his job. He helped me so much. And even though after I hung up the phone, I still had the anger, I still had the sadness, but he reassured me, this is a process. It's not forever. It's going to get better. And sure enough, it did. And he said, you're going to be better in a month. He says, if you're not better in a month, you call me back. Right on schedule. I was better in a month, and then it shifted. But 3 weeks after I got home, and I went home not great, I had to come back. I was like, I got to go back. I was called so strongly. I called up my sister, and she said, I do too, because Danelle's dealing with the suicide of her daughter.
Oh my goodness.
And that was a night we don't even want to think about. And so she's had a lot of issues just trying to get through that trauma. And so she says, I do too. And we thought, this is strange. Why do we want to go back so fast?
Right.
And so I spent that whole year, because I booked the trip, got the trip for the next year. And it's like, why do I have to go back? Why? Is it a continuation of the stuff I didn't finish? Because, just like I said, 15 minutes of trauma causes so many things that you would never put together without Mama. I call her Mama. It's from Mother Ayahuasca.
Yeah, that's all right.
We're good friends now. She's Mama.
Exactly.
And I had no clue that all of that physical illness was that rape that I buried so deep in the tissues of my bodies. I just, and as you age, it gets worse and worse and worse. It just keeps piling on the layers. And so that was made clear to me. And
so you come back this time knowing that it's a continuation.
I knew, well, no, I had to come back. I didn't know why.
Okay.
And so I think we made the reservation. This was like June, like July, August, something like that. And so I just kept saying, why do I have to go back? Why? It was strong. Oh, you're going back. And so I started doing some automatic writing someone suggested, my acupuncturist said, do some automatic writing, which I'd never done. I said, okay, what's that? So they told me, I'm writing, and I'm just, just blabbing on about who knows what, or nothing. And I wrote 2 sentences, and I just stopped, and I just stared. And the 2 sentences were, I'm afraid of men. I do not trust them. And I didn't know that about myself, because I was not afraid of my husband. I trusted him with my life, and so I never really was in experience in the world where that even came up in my life. And I went, okay, we're not done with last time. That's a continuation of, and so then I do believe that once you make the commitment to go, and the commitment is put your down payment down.
Stuff starts working.
Mama starts working on you.
It's true.
She starts working on you. And so she, by a weird series of events, you right place, right time, I got hooked up with a shaman where I live in Colorado. And she was amazing. Aren't they mind-blowing? Oh my God, the things they know. And so 7 weeks
You're
before,
so awesome. I love you.
7 weeks before I came here, every week, she took another layer off of me. And she took so much off of me. I was like, oh, thank you, Lord, because everything she took off of me at home, I didn't have to go through here. Okay? So, because I've had a lot of trauma in my life, a lot of, difficult issues other than just my grief of my husband. And so she did all that, and I was like, good, okay. And so we get here, and um, Mama was very gentle on me. She just gave me the best. I couldn't have asked for more. JJ, I couldn't. She Because the last trip, I was so resistant to let that go that it was really rough.
Yeah.
And this trip, it was so gentle, and she basically said, "You need to learn to love yourself. You need to be gentle with yourself."
Mhm.
And so she was gentle with me. She was showing me how to be gentle, and she was, and I appreciate that because I know the opposite end, you know. And I kept waiting. I kept waiting for the rough stuff. She kept me. It was.
I really feel so connected to what you just said, that it's all about self-love.
It is.
Like, we're so aggressive. I'm so aggressive towards myself,
Mm-hmm.
unconsciously.
Yeah, it's
Right?
just how we live.
All those little, like, think, 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 you should be better. Why are you doing this? And I can't believe you said that. And all the little things, and oh, look at me, and the thing, and the comparison. It just,
And you've done it your whole life, and so that's just what you do.
and this, when I'm in those moments of actually really loving myself,
Mm-hmm.
all my animosity towards my sister goes away.
Yeah.
All of the projection.
Oh, well, let me tell you this. So, during this week, it's so amazing. I just love this place so much. I do. It is life
We
changing.
love you.
But so this week, I had like spiritual surgery. What's that called?
Sacred surgery.
I had sacred surgery, and they replaced. Okay, so I'm unclear, but it might come to me later whether uh, my heart was replaced or whether it was just healed, because I still had unforgiveness in my heart, and so that was removed. So now I have.
You got a new heart.
I got a new heart, and now I love myself. It's just, I mean.
So much so,
Yeah.
that you told me right before we went live that you don't even like being in photos.
Oh God, no.
And that for you to be, and then, by the way, this was a last minute. Deb so graciously agreed to fill in, because the person that had agreed to do this was unable to. And so I got Deb at the last minute, and she said, I don't have done, my hair is not done. I said, girl, you look great.
Thank you for clarifying that, because this is not how I would show up. I came from massage. I put tons of oil in my hair. I have no makeup on.
And I grabbed her at lunch.
She got me a lunch, and I said, okay, I gotta do my hair. How long do I have? He says, well, we need to be doing it right now.
Right now. It should be now.
So
she came and said yes.
I'm never on camera.
And
this is a huge change. Never.
Huge.
Never. My kids even say, Mom, you ought to take a picture once in a while so we can remember what you look like when you die. Like, no, it's not happening. I have a camera phobia. I do.
Thank
I did.
You.
I
did.
I did.
Exactly.
I don't know what
now I'm
happened.
on live freaking Instagram and Facebook.
It's like, oh my God.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So.
And what else this week? Like, you told me about your physical body.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you this.
Yeah.
I'm 63. I can't believe I said that on camera. I tell everybody I'm 40. I'm 45, and I feel better now, physically, emotionally, mentally, than I did when I was 30.
Yep, I agree.
I have no pain. My body is healed. Yeah, but I do work on it. I'm diligent. I do my part.
Right.
I just don't do the medicine and go home. It's like, okay, where's the bag of chips? Where's the soda? Which I don't eat, by the way. But I work on my health, and I feel amazing.
Oh.
I just feel so good. And yeah, it's been an amazing week, and I just love the class. I love everything except for the lack of sleep that kind of wear you out around here.
There's a lot to do.
There is a lot, and the class, in addition to the medicine being life-changing, the classes are too. You learn so much, and they're very interesting, and they're very supportive. My brother's here this time. We got him to come.
He was great.
We all grew up in the same family, so.
Family healing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I lost my train of thought.
You were just saying how your brother's here,
Mm-hmm.
and that you work on your body.
Oh yeah, Yeah, and he didn't want to finish. He almost
That's
quit.
right.
He almost quit because I mean, Mama makes you look at yourself. I mean, it's you really get to look at yourself.
It's not easy.
No, it's work. This, is work in a beautiful place. It's not vacation. It's and so yeah. I think what I was saying is I do continue to do the work.
Yeah, that's so important.
It is.
And you are such a great example of that. Like you were in every class.
Oh, I didn't miss a thing.
You didn't miss.
Well, okay, I missed Friday yoga because I just couldn't get up.
Yeah, that's quite all right. That's quite all right.
I went to bed at I think it was 4:30 and yoga's at 7.
Yeah, you did great. You did great.
Yeah.
But that's a great example of like showing up. Like being the classes are the other part of the.
It's all everything.
It's the massages and
even
the food and the people and
Yeah.
the location and
Yeah, it's
the
just
saltwater pool and the cold plunge and the sauna and the mud bath
Oh,
and the
I know.
colonic and the all
Yeah.
the stuff. But you have to be willing. And,
Yes,
and you
yes.
are willing, and you're even willing to do something that was totally out of your comfort zone to
To
come
come-
do an interview.
completely out of my comfort. You have no idea. I'm telling you, there's no pictures of me.
I'm so grateful.
Even okay, we have a group picture at the end of the night. I'm not in the picture.
Thank you. Thank you for saying yes.
JJ's magical. He can get you do things you never do.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Is there anything else you would like to say?
I don't think
Oh, what just happened? Okay, hi. Beautiful healing. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. The screen went off. I was like, what happened? But
Yeah.
thank you so much for joining us. I look forward to seeing you next week. And come see us at Rythmia. Come on down to Costa Rica.
Yeah. I guess the only thing I would like to say is this place is literally life-changing. If you're on the fence about it, go.
Thank you.
Seriously. It's life-changing.
It truly is.
It truly is.
Thank you, love.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And thank you all. Have a beautiful day.